My newly bought car got rear-ended. The girl who hit me saw me and insisted on compensating me with her brother. She made the call right in front of me.
Ryan, I crashed into your wife.
Me? 20 minutes later, her brother rushed over. I realized it was actually the school bully I'd kissed once in high school.
Welcome to listen to my full sweet love series novel. I'm the blogger and I'm Twilight's novel. Now let's start the main story.
After graduating and starting work, I commuted by subway and bus. I never dared to splurge on a car. Finally, in my 4th year, I fulfilled that wish. I used my savings to buy a Cherry. It wasn't spacious, but it was enough. Then tonight, it ended up in the repair shop. I got off work, happily got into my little car. I just released the handbrake, hadn't even stepped on the gas yet. Bang! I was shoved forward 2 meters. Terrified, I slammed on the brakes. After the car stopped, my forehead was covered in sweat. I got rear-ended? Should I be grateful there was no car in front? Getting out and seeing the huge dent in my rear bumper made my heart ache. The good news, the car behind me looked like a luxury vehicle, probably owned by someone who could afford repairs. The bad news, the person in the driver's seat wasn't getting out. My heart sank. Were they trying to flee? I quickly walked over and knocked on the window. The window rolled down slowly, revealing a girl, quite pretty. My voice softened involuntarily. "Hi, could you step out to handle this?" She seemed dazed seeing me, maybe scared from the accident, and only managed a "okay" after a long pause. She followed me meekly as I analyzed the situation. "You're fully liable, no problem?" She nodded. Seeing her like this, I couldn't bring myself to demand much. But there are too many untrustworthy people in real life, and I was afraid she'd run. So I said, "How about 3,000? Settle it privately now." She didn't answer, just stared at me with bright eyes, looking completely distracted. "Is there a problem?" "Yes." "Sister, do you have a boyfriend?" I started to answer, but she continued. "How about I compensate you with my brother? He can cook, does chores, handsome, responsible, dependable. Want to consider it?" The description sounded good, but why would I want a man? Could he fix my car? So I declined. "No need, I have a boyfriend." I thought she'd give up, but she sighed. "That's okay. My brother doesn't mind being the other woman." I was stunned, she went on. "I know my brother isn't worth much. He's just a bonus." "Sister, your car is so cute. It must be expensive." 3,000 is too little. I'll give you 30,000. My pupils dilated at 30,000. My car only cost a little over 50,000. Is this the joy of the rich? Seeing me look at her, she scratched her head sheepishly. "But I forgot my phone, so I can't pay you now. How about I give you a number? Can I call my brother over?" I stayed silent. Something felt off, but I couldn't pinpoint it. I finally agreed because she genuinely had no money. I dialed the number she gave me. "Hello." His voice was pleasant. I got straight to the point. "Hi, I'm your sisters." I paused there. I hadn't figured out how to introduce myself. I was about to restart when he chuckled lightly. "Sister? Which sister are you?" I was speechless. His tone felt oddly familiar. Since it was on speakerphone, the girl heard it too. She smacked her forehead dramatically, mouthing that her brother wasn't usually like this. No idea why he was acting crazy. She politely asked if she could take over. I nodded and handed her the phone. She took a deep breath. "Ryan, I crashed into your wife." Wife? Meaning me? "Get here now. If you don't come, you'll definitely regret it." She hung up with a snap and smiled at me. "Sister, let's wait a bit." I hesitated but decided to ignore the wife comment for now. "But, little sister, didn't you forget to tell your brother the address?" She paused, then pointed to a necklace around her neck. "It's fine. I have GPS here. Had an incident as a kid. My family worries, so they installed this. I usually wear it." Her eyes softened warmly when mentioning family. I lowered my gaze and mumbled, "Oh, parents love a happy family. Not like me." We sat by the roadside. She kept yawning sleepily. She swayed and eventually leaned against me.
I glanced at her, hesitantly waking her.
Little sister, don't do this in the future. Aren't you afraid I'm a bad person? She lifted her glistening eyes. Sister, you're different. The person my brother holds dear wouldn't be bad. Her voice was too soft. I didn't catch it clearly. What? She sat up straight, about to speak. A car pulled up beside the road. Its owner stepped out with long legs, wearing a white shirt with sleeves casually rolled up. He covered the distance to us in a few strides. Zoe Shen, what trouble did you cause this time? How long have you had this car? Already crashed it. Zoe jumped up quickly. Ryan, you're here. She blocked my view, so I couldn't see his face. But the build, narrow waist, long legs. Little sister wasn't lying. Zoe raised an eyebrow. All right, Ryan. I already told sister. You're being compensated to her. Her brother suddenly stopped talking. Incredulous. You said what? Afraid Zoe would say something even more shocking and make things awkward. I quickly stood up. No need, just the repair costs are fine. Everything else is on niece. My voice trailed off. Because I saw his face. Hiss. Something's off. It looked familiar. He clearly saw me too, narrowing his eyes. Seeing me struggle to remember, he laughed bitterly. His gaze fixed on my face, resentful, persistent. Gritting his teeth. Wendy Xia, it's been a long time. The voice gradually merged with his youthful face from memories. It clicked. It was Ryan Zhou, the school bully from high school. 8 years apart, he'd become almost unrecognizable. He snorted, his eyes slightly red. What?
You played with me back then, and now you've forgotten?
Zoe gaped, giving me a thumbs up. But words shouldn't be thrown around like that. At most I kissed him once. And he didn't resist. I took a deep breath. Ryan Zhou, when did I play with you?
He retorted mockingly. Oh, finally remembered me.
But my name is Ryan Zhou now. Seeing me show no surprise.
He let out a self-mocking laugh, tinged with grievance. Seems you knew everything.
I lowered my gaze. After the college entrance exams, I left and cut ties with everyone. Soon, news about the Shen family finding their long-lost son hit the headlines. Ryan didn't show his face. But I recognized his fleeting figure. Zoe couldn't stand it, rubbing her temples. Ryan, is this how you treat someone you like? Ryan Zhou shot a quick glance at me. Who said I like her? Zoe clicked her tongue and snatched his phone. By the time he reacted, it was too late. I saw the phone wallpaper. It was unmistakably my high school photo.
Don't like her. Hard to believe, huh?
Ryan Zhou looked displeased. I tactfully looked away. Zoe blew me a kiss and fled. Sister. Looking forward to meeting again.
Any problems, find my brother. Riches and looks included.
She left too fast for me to react. Only Ryan Zhou and I were left, facing each other.
Seeing me remain silent, his frown deepened. After a full 2 minutes, he couldn't resist speaking. Don't you have anything to ask?
I hesitated, then asked sincerely. Can I get the repair fee now?
He laughed bitterly. Just that.
What else? Do you want me to ask if you like me? Si. I really asked, yet he fell silent. Finally, he said offhandedly. Don't misunderstand. The wallpaper isn't because I like you. It's a daily reminder. Got it?
I nodded. Got it. He loosened his collar. What exactly did you get?
That I'm your enemy. Ryan Zhou. What? Isn't that what you meant? He paused, gritting his teeth. It is. Then, Mr. Zhou, can you settle your enemy's repair bill now? I raised my phone, feigning innocence. Why won't either of them pay me? He looked at me several times, wanting to speak but hesitating. He still didn't pay me and even coaxed my WeChat ID out of me. So ruthless. He called a tow truck. I'll pay after it's repaired. I wanted to refuse. That would mean more contact. He stared at me. I'll give you 10 times the cost. Truly siblings, offering the same multiple. I wouldn't fight money, I conceded. I planned to take a taxi. Ryan Zhou grabbed my wrist. Warm, my heartbeat skipped. I turned. He withdrew his hand quickly. Where do you live? I'll drive you. I shook my head. No need. My place was too far. A 40-minute drive. He explained casually, you're my creditor now. I won't rest easy unless I see you home. Me. How thoughtful. On the road. Scenery slid by the window. Sitting on pins and needles, I couldn't help saying, Mr. Zhou, could you speed up a bit? No, something might be damaged from the crash. Zoe left her car with her brother when she left. The exterior damage looked minor. Internal injuries too? My roommate Joy Jiang called. Babe, almost back? Soon, what's up? I'm a bit hungry. Could you grab some supper on the way? There was a street near where we lived. We'd pass it on the way back. I could get off there. I thought for a moment. What do you want? I want an egg pancake roll from Shen's and some wontons from Old Wong's. Thanks, babe. After hanging up, the car suddenly sped up. I gripped the handle carefully. What's wrong with the car? He tightened his grip on the wheel, jaw clenched. Don't know. Suddenly fine now. Probably worried about delaying Ms. Xia from buying supper for her boyfriend. I froze. Then I remembered I'd told Zoe I had a boyfriend. Joy's voice was naturally husky, worsened by her cold. He must have misunderstood. I lowered my eyes, thinking for a moment. Then it's certainly obedient. At a red light, he slammed on the brakes, sneering coldly. Wendy Xia, you've changed quite a lot over the years. Thanks for the compliment, Mr. Zhou. People change. I implied more. He fell silent. Starting the car, he suddenly turned on music. A bit sleepy, listening to music. I nodded. How much further to enter your heart? How much longer to get close to you? Finally finished one song. Another played. If love is forgotten, tears refuse to fall. May those joys reach you in my stead. I hesitated, suspecting he was doing this on purpose. What not good? I turned away. Didn't expect Mr. Zhou to prefer sad songs now. Back then, he only listened to upbeat ones. Like you said, people change. Me. The car stopped. I unbuckled my seatbelt. Tried the door, locked. I hesitated. Mr. Zhou, could you op? I'm hungry. Huh. He tapped the steering wheel, repeating. I'm hungry. I braced myself. How about I treat you to a meal? The lock clicked instantly. Then I won't stand on ceremony. Standing at the alley entrance, the smell of cooking oil filled the air. Ryan Zhou looked utterly out of place here. Mr. Zhou, honestly, there's nothing here you'd eat. Why not? Didn't we eat this before? He stared at me intensely. I was speechless. Back in high school, I'd taken him to every street stall. But 8 years later, the school bully became a rich heir. Ryan Zhou became Ryan Zhou. Could it really be the same? I pointed casually. How about an egg pancake roll? It's good. I needed to buy some anyway. He looked over, silent, perhaps remembering something. His throat moved, he said. Okay. Boss, one regular, please. And one double egg with pork floss and spicy strips. He took the double egg and took a slow, deliberate bite. I was about to say goodbye when he spoke. Wendy Xia, which do you think tastes better? This new one or the old one? I didn't understand. He shook the roll in his hand. Then I remembered. In our old town, one stall made amazing egg pancake rolls. I was a regular and often brought some to Ryan Zhou. Now it seemed to have become a chain. I answered expressionlessly. The new one. He laughed self-mockingly. I think the old one tasted more unforgettable. I clenched my fingers, forcing a smile. Out with the old, in with the new. Ryan Zhou finally left. I relaxed completely. Watching his car speed away, I looked down at my toes. A tear fell. Ryan Zhou. Oh, Ryan Zhou. The script of a poor girl climbing into wealth. Doesn't suit me. I just want to save for my own place. Ryan Zhou skipped class and fought in school. Dyed yellow hair, looked fierce. Had a group of followers. Genetically blessed, he was inexplicably smart. Teachers couldn't control him. Me, average looks, family, grades. Everything ordinary. I became his deskmate in sophomore year. The teacher told me to keep an eye on Ryan Zhou. Report any issues to her. So in Ryan Zhou's eyes, I was the teacher's spy. During evening self-study, he slipped past me, making a throat-slitting gesture. Tell the teacher and you're done. I nodded. But he got caught anyway. He blamed me. Wendy Xia, you've got guts. Busybody. I said it wasn't me. He didn't believe me. Until the homeroom teacher dragged him to the office. Ryan Zhou, how many times have I told you? No skipping class. If the dean hadn't been eating outside the wall, you'd have escaped again. When he returned, he suddenly developed hyperactivity. On the third time his pen rolled toward me. I asked sincerely, is this pen broken? Ryan Zhou silently took it back. No. After a pause, he spoke in one breath. Sorry for blaming you last time. If you ever need help, tell me. I was stunned, glancing at his crumpled perfect score test paper. I pushed my workbook toward him. Explain this problem to me? That's it. I nodded. That's it. For me then, good grades for a good university mattered most. He explained thoroughly. I grasped it immediately. First time wondering why someone so smart chose to be a bad student. One evening after self-study, Grandma wasn't home. I went to the nearby playground. She sometimes collected bottles there. I told her not to, but she couldn't stay idle. I went looking and saw her hunched figure near a trash can. My nose stung. Grandma, let's go home. Aren't you scared alone? It's pitch black. Wendy, school's over? She took my hand as I grabbed her woven bag. Don't worry. I'm not alone here. I was about to ask who else when a weak voice came from behind. These bottles should cover tomorrow's meals. Turning, it was Ryan Zhou, who'd skipped evening self-study again, dragging an identical woven bag. So he skipped class not to fight or go to internet cafes. Grandma beamed, pulling me over. Wendy, meet my little friend Ryan. Ryan Zhou froze, ears reddening, hiding the bottles behind him. Stammering, what are you looking at? Looking down on me. Eyes wide like the stray dog under our building. A green leaf stuck in his messy yellow hair. Kinda funny, kinda cute. Not at all. I just think that bag's worth 5 yuan max, Ryan. What are you eating tomorrow? I didn't know he only ate one meal a day then. Exactly, Ryan. Grandma has some extra. Take it. Ryan Zhou's face flushed red. No need, Grandma. I put it in front of him. It's heavy to carry back. Sell it for me, keep half as a delivery fee. Ryan Zhou listened, grabbed both bags, and coughed lightly. I'll help just this once. What a hassle. Afternoon dismissal, everyone went to eat. Only Ryan Zhou stayed slumped on his desk. That day my stomach hurt. No appetite. Ate little and headed back to class. Passing a small grove, bright yellow hair stood out. I drifted closer and met Ryan Zhou's eyes, choking on a steamed bun. He coughed in fright. I quickly handed him water nearby. He recovered, staring wide-eyed. Wendy Xia, why are you everywhere? By then, I wasn't scared of him anymore. Instead I asked, is this all you're eating? Ryan Zhou seemed defensive. What's wrong with this? I eat what I want. What's wrong with steamed buns? Big and filling, steamed buns are my favorite. Oh, that's why he hid in the grove to eat. I lowered my gaze, rummaged in my pocket, pulled out a pork floss bread and offered it. Grandma had stuffed it in my pocket that morning for when I got hungry. What, pitying me? Does Ryan Zhou need pity? I shook my head. No, I'm not hungry today. It'll expire after today. Help me finish it. He looked disdainful but couldn't take his eyes off the bread. Finally he snatched it, tore it open, and took a fierce bite, mumbling. I'll help just this once. What a hassle. I left. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him wolfing it down. Like he hadn't eaten in ages. That's when I realized Ryan Zhou was skinnier than peers. Over 6 feet tall, his uniform looked baggy, wrist bones prominent, veins visible. Turns out he often slept because he was hungry. After that, I'd accidentally pack extra lunch. The lunch lady's hand shook. Too much food, can't finish. I pushed the lunchbox onto his desk. Wendy Xia, you think I'm a trash can? Fine if you don't want it. He pressed the lunchbox down and snorted, wasting food is shameful. I loved the egg pancake roll from a stall outside school. Since then, I passed by every morning and bought a family feast. Asked the owner to make it big and cut it in half. Half for me, half for Ryan Zhou. I never liked snacks before. After that, I stopped refusing when Grandma gave me extra. One food item, one tutoring session, became our unspoken rule. In 6 months, my grades rose to top 50 in the grade. Ryan Zhou seemed to stop fighting. His pale skin gained some color. Yellow hair slowly turned black. Made his eyes look bright. Witnessed Ryan Zhou fighting late junior year. Walking normally, 3 thugs blocked my path. Dragged me deep into an alley, my back against a cold wall. Heard you live with just an old lady? Must need money? He waved a wallet. Hang with us and this is yours. Fighting disgust, I gripped a brick. Come closer. Oh, so easy? Not so innocent after all. Next second, a dark figure charged from the side, kicking the speaker down. Ryan Zhou. Not wearing his uniform. The kicked thug scrambled up, sneering. Aren't you that unwanted stray? Meddling brings trouble. Give you a chance. Take her clothes out. Ryan Zhou punched the thug's face. Silence fell. Blood sprayed. The other 2 lunged. He grabbed their hair, slammed them into the wall. I stood in shadow, watching Ryan Zhou's back. He fought like a beast. No technique, all instinct. Not fighting, fighting for life. Someone reached for a stick. I snatched it first. Swinging hard. The thugs fled, cursing him crazy. Ryan Zhou leaned against the wall, panting hard. He avoided my gaze. Why aren't you leaving? I didn't answer. My eyes fixed where his shirt hem lifted. Frowning, I lifted his black t-shirt. You're injured. Ryan Zhou paused, then laughed. This scratch is nothing. But when I dragged him to the clinic, he was oddly docile. Leaving, I helped him. He leaned heavily on me. Strange. Disinfected. Bandaged. He seemed in more pain, groaning the whole way. Asked where he lived. He wouldn't say. Until I could barely support him. He suddenly straightened. Wendy Xia, I don't have a home. He told me more later. Memories before 8 were gone. Doctor said amnesia from head trauma. Since he could remember, he'd lived in this town. Did laundry, cooked, mastered all household chores. At 8, he washed family clothes in cold water. Hot water expensive, stepmom forbade it. Fingers red and cracked from cold. Stepdad came home drunk, saw stiff shirts on the line, whipped him with a belt. Bastard! Can I wear this? At 9, carrying porridge, stepmom slipped. Porridge spilled on her. She slapped him hard, locked him in a storage room all day. Can't even do small things right. Serves you right. At 10, bought small cake with saved money. Stepdad found out, ate it. Think you're young master? Go scrub the toilet. He knew they disliked him but didn't know why. Until that rainy night at 12. Woken by a bottle smash. Step-parents screamed in the living room, shattering the dark. If not for your useless womb, would I need to pick up this stray? Thunder cracked. He went quiet. Stopped wondering why. Winter at 14, step-parents drove to county town for New Year goods. Crashed with a truck on icy road. No one looked at him at the funeral. Then I knew why he was always alone. Why he chose to be the infamous bully. Because no one cared. No one helped. Only by arming himself could he survive. Ryan Zhou. Never thought of finding your birth parents? Country has a DNA database. You could. Raindrops suddenly pelted down, blurring around us. Why bother? He scoffed, pulling me under an eave. Voice mixed with rain, barely audible. That drunk said. I was abandoned, covered in wounds when they adopted me. Should thank them for saving my life. Seeing scars on his abdomen, my throat tightened. But what if it wasn't like that? He leaned against the wall, watching me calmly. Wendy Xia. Know why strays survive? He paused, answering himself. Because they stopped hoping someone would come. Rain still fell. Silence stretched between us. After the rain stopped, I tugged his sleeve. Ryan Zhou. I asked randomly, going to a university? He looked at me, eyes widening slightly. I didn't wait for an answer, smiled.
Guess I need to work harder then. So you won't be alone. He stared at me long, throat moving, voice rough. Wendy Xia, are you stupid? Yeah, maybe. I nodded. He hugged me, whispering lightly, thanks. But later, I broke that promise. 3 days straight, I hitched rides with Joy Jiang to work. Didn't know where my car was towed, no contact info, had to ask Ryan Zhou. Our chat history was simple. Day 1. Is the car fixed? No. Day 2. Is the car fixed? No. Day 3. Open chat. Before I finished typing, he replied. No. I typed 1. His message came again. Wendy Xia, stop sending that damn 1. I silently deleted it, typed 2. Don't send numbers either. No numbers allowed. I frowned slightly, deleted again. Seeing my silence, he snapped. Can't we talk about anything else? Can I get the repair shop's number? I'll contact them. He replied instantly. No, you'll get scammed. Made sense, I replied. Okay. I thought the conversation was over, but 5 minutes later, his message popped up again. How have you been commuting to work lately? I replied truthfully. My roommate's car. Oh. How long have you two been together? I thought for a moment. 2 years. It wasn't entirely a lie. Joy Jiang and I had been roommates for nearly 2 years. The other side went completely silent. That evening, I received Zoe Shen's WeChat friend request. After accepting, she sent me a video. Her brother was hugging a liquor bottle, sobbing with kettle-like wails. Wendy Xia is so cruel. She actually flaunted her relationship right in front of me. Who is that man? I will find him. If he's shorter or uglier than me, I'll tear him apart. Wah. Zoe said she had something urgent and asked if I could pick him up. The car keys were in his pocket. After watching the video 3 times, I couldn't bring myself to refuse. When I arrived, Ryan Zhou was already slumped over the table. I helplessly poked his cheek. Ryan, I'll take you home. He didn't stir. Sighing, I tried to lift him up. Reached into his pants pocket to search for keys. He suddenly opened bleary eyes. Grabbed my wrist and pinned me to the couch with irresistible force. What are you doing? His voice was hoarse, breath scorching my ear, knee pressing between my legs. I replied calmly. Taking you home. Wendy Xia, am I your dog? Why should I obey you? I turned my head away, avoiding his gaze. Look at me. He gripped my chin, forcing my eyes up. Something burned in Ryan's eyes. Pure, barely restrained possessiveness. Ryan. I whispered his name, trying to restore his reason. He chuckled darkly, his nose almost touching mine, voice gravel rough. Wendy Xia. Do you think I have good temper? My chest ached. I struggled slightly. He immobilized me completely, gaze dropping to my lips. Don't move. I'm trying very hard to lower my moral standards. The next second, he cupped the back of my head and kissed me fiercely. My heart pounded wildly, something frantic colliding in my chest. Memories flashed back to a seaside evening after graduation. Waves crashed against rocks, sunset dyeing the ocean crimson. Standing barefoot on sand, I suddenly asked, Ryan, what if I fail the exams? Impossible. Not with my tutoring, he answered confidently. What if I don't go to a university? I raised an eyebrow, leaning closer. Then where? He turned in surprise. My lips brushed the corner of his mouth. He froze. I pulled back instantly. Just kidding. See you at a university. Memory dissolved. His kiss now was domineering, violent. Breathless, I pushed weakly. He abruptly released me. 1 kiss each. We're even. Delayed pain tingled on my swollen lips. I touched them. Fingers came away smeared with blood. This was even? A week later, Ryan contacted me again. His message. Cars repaired. My reply. Good. Send the address. Someone will return it after work. Next second. Alipay notification. 1 million yuan. My drowsiness vanished instantly. Did you receive the money? Mr. Zhou.
Did you add 2 extra zeros? No. I said tenfold compensation. I keep my word. By his logic, repair fees were 100K. But my car's value barely reached 50K. What exactly was repaired? Did Ryan get scammed? As I prepared to ask, my boss summoned me to meet investors. As project lead with Joy handling presentations, we entered the conference room together. The door opened. I froze. Seated directly opposite was Ryan Zhou, who just sent me 1 million. Impeccable navy suit, gelled hair, dressed like he was attending a gala. Mr. Zhou, this is our project lead, Ms. Xia. Oh. Didn't expect such a young manager. He leaned back, raising an eyebrow, lips quirking slightly. What game was he playing? I extended a hand calmly. Mr. Zhou, pleased to meet you. Wendy, present the project. I nodded, moving toward the presentation screen. Ryan pointed at the seat facing him. Miss Xia should sit here. Convenient for viewing. Everyone paused. Viewing what? I shot him a sharp glance. He cleared his throat. Sitting opposite simplifies Q&A. I prefer face-to-face discussions. My boss recovered. Wendy present from there. Throughout the report, his gaze lingered on me. Doubtful he absorbed any content. Post-presentation, my boss asked for feedback. Ryan checked his watch. Lunchtime. Shall we continue discussions over a meal? My boss blinked at the 11 a.m. display. Sure. Though I have a noon commitment, perhaps. Ryan waved dismissively. Understood. Miss Xia and I will talk. My boss sighed in relief, instructing Joy and me to host him. The private dining room held only 3. Joy tugged my sleeve furtively. Does Mr. Zhou seem hostile toward me? His glare is terrifying. This meal will be torture. Ryan handed the menu to the server, watching us intently. Joy finally broke. Mr. Zhou, any further questions? He glanced at me, tone casual. Just over-ordered. If your boyfriends are nearby, invite them. I don't mind. My hand froze, realization dawning. Too late to stop Joy. She blurted. Thanks, but neither of us has a boyfriend. Ryan's lips twitched. He fought a smile. And Miss Xia's roommate? Joy looked baffled. Her roommate. I nudged her. She misunderstood, voice lilting upward. Is me. Ryan nodded, beaming as he added more dishes. Miss Jiang, eat heartily. Order more if needed. My heart sank. After washing hands, he blocked my path in the hallway. Gritted teeth. Wendy. Xia. Care to explain? I sighed. Mr. Zhou. He cut me off, voice icy calm. Wendy Xia. Must you call me Mr. Zhou so coldly? No boyfriend. Why let me misunderstand? Are you pretending? Or truly oblivious? You know I love you, Wendy Xia. The last phrase held raw vulnerability. My heart lurched. I met his eyes, throat tight. Ryan. I know. I've always known. His voice softened. Then why avoid your feelings? Why did you disappear back then? You said your grandmother was ill. I begged for the hospital address. You vanished completely. What happened? Mentioning grandma made me pale. Because. The truth stuck in my throat. He still comforted me, though disappointment shadowed his eyes. Never mind. You needn't say. Just, could you love me back, Wendy Xia? Such earnest confession burned. Ryan laid himself bare, but I wasn't ready. The truth was heavy. Would he still want me after knowing? Your parents searched 10 years to find you. If I caused family strife, I'd never forgive myself. I kept making uncharacteristic work errors. My boss sent me home early to rest. Descending the elevator, my phone rang. Miss Xia. Yes. Your car is ready. I'm waiting in parking B1. I barely recognized the vehicle. Completely overhauled, upgraded engine, premium upholstery, custom paint. Your boyfriend treats you well, Miss Xia. Performance improved tenfold. Just needs registration updates. I stood speechless. Driving past my hometown's egg pancake chain, nostalgia hit. Haven't tasted it since graduation. 8 years. I ordered a double egg roll. A man emerged from the kitchen.
Wendy, is that you?
I looked up, startled. From Qingjiang town. You always bought the family feast, asked me to split it. I smiled.
Uncle, I remember. Haven't seen you in years. You've grown.
You've become a big boss too. He waved humbly. Thanks to Ryan Zhou. Had just a tiny stall. Mr. Zhou invested, expanded nationwide. I asked why. He said, so someone special can find it any time. My breath caught. He slapped his knee excitedly. Ryan seemed familiar. Then it hit me. He's that boy you always brought breakfast to. Strange though, he knew he was orphaned. Why not enter the genetic database sooner? His voice faded as I stared blankly. Nails dug into my palm. Painlessly. He entered the database himself? At his confirmation, I collapsed into the driver's seat. Took a bite. Silent tears fell. He was right. The old flavor was better. I'd never scrutinized those news reports. Ryan, oh Ryan. You swore you'd never seek DNA matching. Why do it after I vanished? What were you hoping for? Back then, I said I hoped your name meant homecoming. Now you have a true family.
My only wish, after hearing my truth.
You'll still want me back. Through blurred vision, I dialed his number. Tomorrow. I'll take you somewhere. B City Hospital. Guards flanked the ward door. The man inside was skeletal, clinging to life via respirator. Seeing him always stole my breath. I steadied myself, voice forcibly calm.
Ryan. This man is my father.
He killed Grandma. I witnessed it. My mother died giving birth to me. Grandparents resented me. We never met. My father was a stranger. Always absent. At 10, he left for work and never returned. Only Grandma loved me. We survived together. Days before college results. Grandma packed secretly.
We're moving somewhere happy.
She insisted on secrecy. Excited. I didn't question. Buses, coaches, trains. We reached B City. There, I saw Father after 8 years. He seemed prosperous. Owned a large house. Grandma squeezed my hand.
Child, if I'm gone someday, live well with your father.
Alarm bells rang.
Gone? You're not staying.
She patted my head.
Old bones don't last forever, dear.
I hugged her tight.
Don't say that. You'll live long.
She just smiled. Later, neighbors revealed the house was rented. Grandma confronted Father.
You said you bought it.
He glared at me, laughing stiffly.
It's being renovated, Ma.
Rented this place for you temporarily.
How much longer?
Funds are tight. Ma, could you lend me?
No. That's Wendy's dowry.
Mine will be hers too.
I'll double it later.
Reluctantly, she gave him money. Something felt wrong. Father wore long sleeves constantly. Curtains stayed drawn. He kept inventing reasons to borrow money. Grandma grew despondent. Results day. Grandma sent me shopping. The long list took hours. Returning, I saw Father flee the apartment. Heart pounding, I rushed upstairs. Opened the door to horror. Grandma lay in a blood pool. Her fruit knife buried in her abdomen. I knelt, screaming silently. Called 120 and 110 with trembling hands. Doctors later said, cancer already weakened her. This injury?
A miracle she survived this long. Prepare yourself.
She withered within 2 days. Police visits bred cruel rumors. Neighbors avoided me like plague. Ryan messaged constantly.
I only said Grandma's sick.
I cut ties with everyone from my past. Grandma woke on the 3rd day, her last. In final clarity, she clutched my hand.
I sobbed. If only I'd come home sooner.
Foolish child, she whispered weakly. Her last words to me. Then she confessed. Father lured her. He'd boasted of wealth, demanded her life savings secretly. Grandma suspected, but dying. She gambled on securing my future. Truth. He owed gambling debts, covered in bruises. He targeted her savings. When Grandma resisted, he snapped. Ryan's messages piled up unanswered. How could I say, my father's a murderer? I wouldn't taint his future. With his grades, he deserved brilliance. I'd only be his stain. College application day. I hovered over a university's listing. Closed the browser. Sent Ryan one last message. Don't contact me again. Used Grandma's final savings to study abroad. At the airport. News flashed. Missing heir recovered. A fleeting silhouette. Unmistakably Ryan. I didn't click. Just smiled. Good for you, Ryan. You've finally come home. 4 years later, I returned. Ryan. That's everything. He murmured. I stared at the floor. Suddenly he rasped. Thank you. Baffled, I laughed weakly. For what? Looked up and froze. Tears streamed down his face. Eyes overflowing with tenderness. He pulled me into an embrace. For trusting me with this. Tears I'd suppressed came flooding. Aren't you disgusted? He frowned. Why would I be? I love you. Nothing else matters. His crimes aren't yours. Losing Grandma. It broke you, didn't it? I buried my face in his shirt. Every day. Ryan said my disappearance shattered him. He searched everywhere, hating his helplessness. So he entered the genetic database. As if fate answered. His parents found him. But finding you? Like searching for one leaf in a forest. Trust me next time? Talk to me. His eyes shone, pleading. I held him tighter. Always. The man in bed stirred, eyes opening. Seeing me, his dull gaze sparked. Child. You came. I sat stiffly. Yes. Come closer. Secret. No. Speak louder. His face twisted. I'm your father. You must save me. He lunged. I recoiled. Spoke slowly, coldly. You have cancer. It's terminal. Lies. I'll live. I know it. You. Her boyfriend. Rich, right? Pay for my treatment. I'll let you marry her. Ryan stepped forward, voice dangerously calm. I am rich. But I won't. Actually, tempted to unplug this machine. Father shrieked. That's murder. Ryan's eyes hardened. Like what you did? It was an accident. I turned to leave. He screamed after us. Wendy Xia. If I suffer, you suffer too. You think his parents want a murderer's daughter? He's just using you. Ryan covered my ears. Didn't look back. Then lie there and watch her happiness until your last breath. Meeting Ryan's parents, I fidgeted nervously. Before the mirror, I smoothed my dress. Ryan, is this appropriate? Should I wear something formal? He wrapped his arms around me, chin resting on my shoulder. Perfect. Mom will adore you. The door opened, revealing a woman in cheapao hiding behind it. Mom, why are you eavesdropping? Ryan teased. Nonsense. I was just excited to meet my daughter-in-law. Mrs. Zhou's gaze locked on me, eyes crinkling with joy. Zoe chirped. Mom checked the clock 10 times an hour. Oh, Wendy. Finally. You're thinner than your photos. Mrs. Zhou clasped my hands, tears welling. I stammered, Mrs. Zhou, hello. She produced a thick red envelope, tradition for first meetings. It weighed heavy in my hand. A cough sounded on the stairs. Mrs. Zhou grinned. Took him ages to dress. Zoe giggled. 5 outfit changes minimum. Mr. Zhou feigned indignation. Because your mother said I look good in everything. I relaxed, genuinely smiling. Mr. Zhou, hello. He rushed over. Our future daughter. Pushed another plump envelope into my hands. I stood holding 2 dumbbells of cash. Dinner began. Mrs. Zhou piled my bowl. Wendy, try my sweet and sour ribs. Learned the recipe. And this steamed fish. Fresh this morning. Mr. Zhou countered, my specialty, abalone in golden broth. My plate became a mountain. Ryan squeezed my hand under the table, whispering, Told you so. After dinner, Mrs. Zhou led me to the study. From a drawer, she lifted an engraved box. Inside lay a luminous jade bracelet. Ryan's grandmother gave this to me. She slid it onto my wrist. Now it's yours. Cool jade warmed my heart instantly. Outside, Ryan and his father's banter echoed. Treat my daughter right, boy. Dad, she hasn't even called you Dad yet. She will. A smile bloomed across my face. Summer's regrets were redeemed in summer. I fell in love with summer again.